Hi, it's Don. Civil disobedience. Um, I want to take a second here and give my opinion about this sixth district congressional race that went on last night in Georgia for the House. Um, Once again, Hollywood, the liberal left, pulled out all the stops, gave the guy like a $12 million war chest. Had all Hollywood support. One name that sticks in my mind is Samuel L. Jackson doing a commercial and basically stating that this man needs to win the election in order to send Trump a message. What is it with Hollywood and their overwhelming urge to tell us how we should vote? Um, in a land where decadence, drugs, cheating, lying, and sin is a normal way of life for them, why do they feel the need to tell the rest of us how we should vote? When your morals are that screwed up, you really should have no business telling other people how they should vote or the direction you want the country to go in, because apparently America doesn't want to go in that direction. We have the overwhelming urge to go back to the direction that we were 20 years ago. An overwhelming number of people want God back in schools. An overwhelming number of people really just want Hollywood to entertain us and shut their mouths. Once upon a time, Hollywood was quiet. They understood. They were smart enough to understand that they lived the life that they live because we allow them to live it that way by going to their movies. Because, like a politician, they serve the public. And outside of Hollywood, 99% of these people are completely irrelevant. They're famous for pretending to be people who they're not. And yet they feel like they impact our lives and they influence our lives enough to where they feel the need that they can tell us how we should vote. They tell us how we should feel and how we should think. It's sad. It's sickening and it's disgusting that this continues every election cycle, even down to a House seat, which wouldn't matter one way or another if they won, because the Republicans so overwhelmingly control the House. We don't need the seat. It's nice to see that the Democrats didn't pick it up, because they'd be beating their chest as in some type of a great victory. But yet again, even a small victory, they were denied. Why is that? The question that they need to ask themselves is, why did Wisconsin, why did Michigan, why did Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Florida go to Trump and not Hillary Clinton? It's not because people are hate mongers, racist, xenophobes, anti-Islamic, homophobic, hate-filled trolls. It's because we're tired of being told that our children aren't safe in the bathroom, that we can't defend ourselves in our house, that we're lepers because we sit down and we say the pledge. Or we stand up and say the pledge, or we sit down and we pray. That's what America's rejecting here. We want a safe country for our children. We want a future for our children that doesn't include $20 trillion of debt that our great-grandkids are going to be paying for. We want a country where people aren't offended because there's 10 commandments outside of a courthouse, because there's a cross on top of some building, or because there is a Christmas scene in the city park. We want the values that we grew up with to continue to our children. The freedom that we have and we've enjoyed the rest of our entire lives, we want our children to have those same freedoms, the same chances. Sure, life's a bitch. But in this country, with enough intestinal fortitude, willpower, and resilience, you could become anything you want. And Hollywood should understand that more than anything, considering most of those people grew up with humble means and become really wealthy because they had the ability to entertain us. They've just been living in that fantasy land, in that bubble of theirs, that they have forgotten that they are irrelevant to our daily lives. People may freak out if the grid ever goes down and you can't watch your movies or your shows, but you'll live. They're not essential to everyday human life. They make us laugh, they make us cry, and lately they've been making us very angry. So the real question is, what is it going to take for these idiots to understand that they're not as important as they think they are? What it's going to seriously take is people quit going to their movies, quit renting their movies, quit watching them on TV. Once the ratings drop, once the box office sales slow down quite a bit, and they no longer are making millions and millions of dollars, they'll understand. You hit them in the wallet. I would just love Hollywood to just zip their lip. Go back to being some obscure place where people want to dream about going and acting in whatever, whenever they're children, and understand that whenever they grow up, that it's not reality. These people get paid pretending to be other people. They get paid pretending to be brave and just and right, when in reality, they're completely the opposite of that. That's just my thought on this, basically my thought for the day. Y'all have a good day, and God bless.